What's up guys, Specstar here today with a brand new league and a brand new week 1 battle, and I'm going up here against Burigo, and I know him to be a very competent player, so I'm not taking this match lightly. And up there in the top left corner you see my brand new logo made by Muse the Best. If you need a logo, hit him up, he does good work for cheap. And it is the Tang Clan, my brand new team name. And I don't know how many videos I'm going to feature a logo in. I might actually just keep it in the top corner like that because I kind of like it there. But I intend to use this team quite a bit in the future. This is going to be my new team for the next little bit. And without further ado, let me get to this battle here. And Burigo here has a team consisting of Mega Charizard X, Skyman, which was a nightmare for me to prep for. That thing is a monster. What doesn't a Seed Flare drop into whatever else it has to it KO? I mean, that thing is a threat and a half. It has no restrictions, so I prepped very seriously for that thing. I was very nervous about it before this battle, and we'll just see if I'm able to contain it. He has a Nihilego here, a Bronzong. I expected both of those to come. They are his Xerneas answers, his Moonblast switch-ins. And he has Clefable and Starmie. And Clefable's always a monster. That thing is nuts. Unfair, that thing. That thing with Cosmic Power, if do right, no can defend. So, we paid some heed to that thing. We did not want to let that get out of hand either. Our team here is consisting of a modest Choice Scarf Xerneas with Moonblast, Aurora Beam to hit the Shaman, Psyshock to hit the Nihilego, and Defog. Was it Defog? No, it was Aromatherapy actually, which was just kind of a 4th move filler. I didn't really have anything else I needed to stick there in this matchup, so it was just a good option to fill there. I have a Excadrill, which is Rapid Spin, Expert Belt with Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and I was pretty speedy with this thing. There's something I was definitely wanting to creep. It may have been a Scarf Shaman. I believe that's what I was speed creeping. I put quite a bit of speed on it, even with the sand, or I should say, it wasn't that fast without the sand, but I think I hit 290 something. It was very particular, but I don't remember it exactly now. I have a Choice Banded Tyranitar, which his purpose is to Pursuit the Bronzong and the Nihilego to get rid of his fairy resistances so I can potentially win with Xerneas. I have a physically defensive Rindo Berry Slowking, which is the Rindo Berry is to bait the Shaman. I've got Ice Beam, and with the Rindo Berry I would munch a Seed Flare. I have Dragon Tail, Scald, and Slack Off, and that's to help me deal with the Charizard X, which is a threat. And my last Pokemon here is Assault Vest Amoonguss, which is Foul Play, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Stomping Tantrum was the last move. Not a Specstar video without me botching my sets and not remembering them. Anyway, let me just get this game started. I led off here with Tyranitar, and that's because I believed his most likely lead was potentially Bronzong here, and I would have loved to get a Pursuit off on that thing early. I'm going to lead my Tyranitar. He's going to lead Nihilego. I am very comfortable clicking Pursuit on that thing. He gets up his rocks. I'm content to click the Pursuit twice, take the thing out. It's 1 Fairy Resist, but he actually shows up Protect, which is pretty interesting here. And this turn, I believe I went for another Pursuit here. I just want to get damage off on this thing, get it in range of Moonblast, and make things easier for my Xerneas. And here, I know he's going to Protect. I thought I'd take this chance to go into Excadrill. I can force him out and spin. He may opt to just continuously click Stealth Rocks, which is definitely an option, but I'm content here just to spin away those rocks and see what he wants to do. He's going to Protect and see what I want to do and get a little bit more health on this thing, see if he can potentially salvage it for later. And he will switch out here, and I'm very happy just to spin. I believe Bronzong probably isn't rocks because his Nihilego is, but it very well could be. I'm gonna go right out into my Tar here, and he actually goes out into his Starmie. And I do not, my Tar is very important for me for being able to deal with Bronzong and things, so I'm gonna go out into my Amoonguss here. He's gonna throw off his Scald, not wanting to get hit by Pursuit. Very understandable. I didn't want to risk Tar getting burned there, very important to me. He's gonna go for Psychic, and I'm actually gonna predict him to switch out because he knows I'm Assault Vest and throw off a Foul Play. Here I have to switch out. I'm gonna go into my Slowking, and he is just gonna go for another. He's actually gonna go for Recover there, my mistake. And here I'm gonna switch out into my Amoonguss because I'm potentially scouting for a Toxic or Thunderbolt for his last move. He instead goes out into Bronzong, and here I believe I'm going out into my, what did I go into? My Tar? Yeah, I went into my Tar again, just trying to keep pressure on that thing. He does not want to let it take a good hit. With his Nihilego go out, I'm just going to click Pursuit again, take that thing out. Very nice to see one of his 2 Fairy Resists go down. I'm setting up Xerneas for later. I just need to get Bronzong weakened. He brings out his Clefable, and I'm going to go out into my Skarmory. I want to get rid of those rocks. He makes a play out into Bronzong, and yep, this is my chance to get rid of those rocks, which is fantastic for me. With his Nihilego gone, he may not be able to reset them, which would be absolutely wonderful. He's going to go out here into Starmie, and I'm definitely wanting to keep my Skarmory at a good health. I know Amoonguss takes 2 hits from this, and he's going to go for a Scald. He's going to burn me, but that's not the end of the world. Amoonguss has stuck 2 Scalds, so it's about a coin toss there. He's going to go for Psychic. I'm just going to click Giga Drain, because last time he opted to switch in, or stay in. This time I think he has to predict, or he has to save Starmie, and I'm going to predict that and go out into my Tyranitar. He actually goes out into his Charizard. I'm very content to have T-Tar out against that. I'm just going to click Crunch. I think he has to save his Tar. He does sack his Starmie. Very nice to have his Spinner gone. Now my priority is getting up rocks, especially with that Charizard sitting there. He brings out his Clefable. I'm going to go into my Skarmory to try and get my rocks up. He's going to make the play out into Charizard. And here I have my designated switch in for this thing, which is always Slowking. He's going to go here for Dragon Claw, I believe. Yep. He's going to go for Dragon Claw, do decent damage. I don't want him Dragon Dancing up. I'm just going to click Dragon Tail, get him the hell out of there. I'm hoping he goes out into Shaman because this is Shaman bait. That's what I'm hoping for. Instead he goes out into Bronzong, which is fine. I'm going to go into my Skarmory here. I see that he's not Leftovers, so I think he's probably Colbur Berry. And he's probably not Rocks here. This is my chance to get my Rocks up. And I'm pretty sure Bronzong can't do anything to capitalize on Skarmory's inability to touch it, so I'm pretty comfortable having Skarmory out on it. He's going to go Charizard, and I'm just going to go Slowking again. Always answered Charizard. Here I'm going to go right for a Dragon Tail, and he's going to get his D-Claw damage off. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss my Dragon Tail. Here I'm going to slack off on his Dragon Claw. Now that I went for slack off, I believe he's going to try and Dragon Dance again, so I'm just going to click my Dragon Tail here. And he is going to Dragon Dance, and that thing is out of there. Hoping Shaman comes in. Nope, it's Clefable. That's still fine though. I'm going to go into Excadrill, which I'm not believing. If he did have Flamethrower, I didn't think he would have went for it there, and even if he did, I did take one, so I was willing to risk that since I didn't really need health on Excadrill. I'm just going to go safely for the Iron Head, get some chip on Bronzong. I want to wear that thing down. I'm going to keep going into Skarmory because I know I can wear that thing down with rocks in Drill Peck. He'll bring out his Zard as he's been doing. I'm going to go into my Slowking, and this game gets a little bit slow here. But I know that if I keep doing this exchange, it's going to go favorably for me, so I don't try to get too aggressive on him. I just try to play it as safe as I can. I'm going to go out into Amoonguss, he's going to go out into Bronzong, I'm going to go out into Skarmory. Let me put this on normal speed, because the game does get a little slow here. And I don't need it on slow mode on top of that. He's going to bring out his Zard. I'm going to go for Drill Peck. And here I'm actually going to go into Xerneas because I calced it. I know he has to Roost, and a Moonblast from here would take him out because Xerneas is a monster. So that Moonblast here is going to do 33. He's going to be at 32. You would think another Moonblast would take it out, but I calced it, and that is most likely a very high roll for me. And the next one most likely wouldn't take him out. And I do not want to risk my Xerneas. Has he shown Iron Head at this point? I don't know if he's shown Iron Head. I know I didn't want it to take a steel move at all. Gyro Ball definitely would have been worse, but I didn't want it to take a steel move, and that was a risk I didn't need to take. I just want to go into my Skarmory and knowing I can wear that thing down. But he shows Rest, and that is a good prep on his behalf. That gives him the durability to keep that thing around and not let me wear it down. So good prep on his behalf. I'm going to bring out Tar on it, trying to capitalize on it sleeping. He brings out his Zard, and as per usual, Slowking comes in. That's the match we're having. He's going to Dragon Claw, and I believe I slacked off here. Yep. Here, I'm expecting him to Roost, and I'm going to go for... I went for another slack off here. I thought I went for Dragon Tail. I think here I went for Dragon Tail as he roosts. Yep. So we're going to have that thing really weakened, which is nice. Here he goes out into his Shaman. I'm going to try and throw off an Ice Beam, but he's going to go for Air Slash and flinch me. I'm going to go into my Skarmory. I know Skarmory can take hits from this thing. He's going to keep clicking Air Slash, and I'm able to throw off a Drill Peck on this thing, so that tells me that he is Scarf, which is a lot easier for me to deal with than potentially a Life Orb or Expert Belt, something like that. A little bit of a relief for me. I'm just trying to get Skarmory able to Roost back up. Finally, I do get the Roost through the flinches, which was a goddamn miracle. He goes to an Air Slash, and I'm going to take that thing out with Drill Peck. So the monster is down, which is fantastic for me. He's going to go Charizard, and again, I'm going to bring in Xerneas, trying to put the pressure on. I'm going to click Moonblast. He doesn't have a great switch in. He's going to let that thing go down. Here, he brings in his Bronzong, and I'm going to go Tar, as I've been doing. He does show the Sleep Talk here, and in hindsight, it may have been, I don't know if you'd call it a choke, but it probably wasn't my correct play to go into Tar here. I should have, I guess, played around with it a bit, played a bit of a PP stall game, tried to force it out and then get an opportunity to bring T-Tar in cleanly. That would have been the safest play, but I made the ADD play because I have attention deficit and I did not want to mess around with PP stall. I wanted to save us both time and try to finish this game quicker. And if there was a possibility by avoiding the wrong Sleep Talk rolls to end the game quicker, that was something I wanted to do. So I'm going to bring my Tar in here, and I'm going to click Crunch. He's going to pop the Colbert Berry, no surprise to me. He's going to Sleep Talk, he'll get an Iron Head there. One more takes us out. I'm just going to Crunch again, safest play. Want to keep Bronzong weakened. He goes into Clef, not a surprise there to me. I'm going to go into Xerneas because I want to put pressure on, but he makes the smart double back into Bronzong. And actually in hindsight here, I probably... Or no, he was two turns deep. I thought he was one turn deep, so I did make the right play going out into T-Tar. Or, well, I probably should have again played the PP stall thing, but it was more correct than leaving Xerneas in. I thought he was one sleep deep, but yeah. I'm going to go for Crunch there on this thing, and it is great to see its health go down to there. And I know at this point it's wrapped up. I'm going to click Crunch again and take the Bronzong down. He's going to go into Clefable, and it's a long 13-week season. Differential could very well matter for me. I'm going to try and preserve it, and I'm going to win 6-0 over Burigo. The differential there is pretty bad, but Burigo I know is a very good player, and this match was still a little bit of a challenge for me. I had to play a very patient, careful game, except for I guess that T-Tar play at the end where I was trying to speed things up. He had very smart prep with his Rest Talk Bronzong, which was very annoying for me to deal with. That Pokemon was a menace for me. And I did enjoy having this game with him. And GG to my opponent here. And especially if you guys went through these 62 turns, I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.